Hey, what's going on, guys? Mr. John Lee here with another awesome video. So I wanted to reach out to my YouTube community because I have an interesting situation and I'm really fucking anxious right now. So obviously I'm a generational, I don't know if I'm a millennial. I'm 42, born in 81, so I don't even believe in none of that shit. But welcome back to my community if you're a subscriber. If not, you should consider subscribing right fucking now. So I've been working with this company for a few months and the money's been real good, but there's a real big disconnect. I started an LLC doing home services, contracting services, etc. And when we started, they paid me, you could tell they were in a crunch. Some old man blew himself up with his oxygen tanks, smoking in his apartment, and they needed somebody to come in there and fucking clean that shit up. They didn't want to do things by the code and, you know, all this shit. They just wanted someone to get in there that didn't mind getting dirty and taking a fucking health risk and would just get the fucking shit done. And so they would just pay me up front in full, no problem. And then did a couple more jobs for them. They're like, hey, we got these other properties over here in Olathe, which is about an hour drive for me, one way. And then, so I started doing these little jobs, reconstructing the tile and shit. You can see it all over my channel. So all the work that I've been doing, the problem I've been having is this, there's a huge disconnect. So I'm really only trying to vibe and work with people that are on the same level where, you know, they get that, you know, they give a shit. It needs to be a mutually beneficial situation where we genuinely give a damn about each other's well-being, their families and shit like that. It really fucking matters to me that that's the only kind of people that I'm doing business with. And these people don't, you know, they're just like, if I'm like, hey, let's get lunch, I get nothing. You know what I mean? Like, when I say this could be a hardship for my family, it doesn't matter. They don't fucking give a shit. And my daughter's birthday was yesterday, and I was expecting a check. I was told I was going to get a check yesterday. And in my opinion, my daughter had a less than ideal birthday, and I slept on it. You know, I had plans for that check to show up at a certain time, and yeah, that's a little bit, I mean, totally on me. It's all my responsibility. I take full responsibility. But I was doing all this stuff for free. Like, I was like, hey, you give me the job, I'll do, you know, I'll put in your stove and your fridge and your microwave and your countertops all for free. I'll do that shit all for free if you just give me the other work at the job, like whatever it was, putting in, you know, door frames, painting it up. But half of the time I noticed they're like, hey, what about this? You're not doing this? So like installing all these closet poles and shit. Like I didn't even tell them I would do that for free. So I had such a hardship. There's just such a disconnect. I feel like I haven't felt this shitty since I worked for a corporate company. And that's the whole point of starting my own business, is so that I don't have to run into situations like this and only do business with people that I trust. And so these people are like acting all offended because people usually give them 30 to 45 days. They're used to working with these net 30 companies, and I'm not. I'm a small company. I'm basically me, myself. You know, a handshake and my word that says I'm going to get that shit done means I'm going to get that shit done. And I always follow through with what I say I'm going to do. And so, and I always let people know this is exactly what you can expect. So, you know, I've been in customer service since I was a little kid. And so none of this is new to me, but there's such a disconnect. They act like I'm such an asshole for expecting that if they tell me they're sending a check out on Tuesday and overnighting it to me, if it doesn't show up, then they can just say, oh, well, I'm sorry, I got busy and all this shit. Like, everybody's fucking busy. And then when I was over at this job and I run into a problem with these countertops that I was installing for free for these folks, The manager tells me, oh, she doesn't have time. I called her the other day and I was like, hey, we need to exchange these. And they have had so many delays. I've been delayed. Like, I can't even tell you how many times. And I just think it's a total crock of shit. And it caused a hardship for my family. And so I just don't think it's right. I told them that I was going to no longer do the work for free. I guess they cleared this lane up. I told them I was so upset, and I'm still upset, and I'm going back out there today. They're sending out new management. I just can't believe that they would act like they don't have the time to be the support that I need to complete the work that I'm doing for them. And that's what happens when you get to be so big of a company, or you have so much money. It reminds me of the Democratic extreme leftist pieces of crap that think that the whole world revolves around them. And I don't think that. I'm trying to work as a team. You know? There's no I in team. So I need other folks to work with me so that we can get this stuff done. And because they didn't do what they said they were going to do, which was pay me either a partial payment. I'm running out of fucking money. They've delayed me like over 2 weeks, like a month. And so it's an hour drive there and an hour drive home. Eventually you run out of fucking resources to keep this fucking ball moving. And so I don't think, because they've been so rude and disrespectful, and the principle, you know, because I fucked myself, allowed myself to get fucked depending on somebody else, to have the integrity of doing what they say they're going to do. I got fucked. My family got fucked. All my bills, everything's riding on. This is like $5,000 that I'm expecting to be collecting from these folks, or even a partial payment so I could pay my guys to keep coming out and keep doing the free work for these people that I'm not going to get reimbursed for. Now, if I was able to get, I just want to make this clear. If I was able to get all this shit done in a couple weeks, and they got me all the materials, I was looking, these 2 jobs that I'm doing are from back in November and December, and here we are in February. And most of my jobs take me about 5 days at most. So the shit's whack. I'm really upset. I'm not sure what else to do. I guess this is why we have a justice system where, you know, if people fuck you around, then you have somebody else referee it for you. I'm John Lee. Like and subscribe. Drop a comment below. Let me know if you've been in a situation like this and how you dealt with it, because I feel like I'm at my wit's end. And I basically told the guy, I'm taking everything off. I'm not doing any of this shit for free. I'm not doing any more free. I'm going to complete the shit today, and I expect full payment today upon completion. So it's probably not going to go well, but it is what it is. I'm on to the next one.